Can you hear me, Xander? Okay, that's all good. Can you mute it, please, Xander? Good three, can you hear me, Xander? Okay, now mute it, please.
keep my ear off so I can hear you. Some deodorant on before I come. I should be able to smell dupe. Should be able to smell dupe. I threw some deodorant on. Just for you, mate. I wouldn't do it for anyone else. Oh, I'd say that. I can still hear you through that, so. I'll do the intro. Welcome everyone to round 11 here at the Oval. It's now called the home game. So that it's got the actual program is now called the home game.
Yep.
And we're going on radio as well.
Oh, we're going on radio as well?
Yep.
Okay. How do I tighten that up, Jack?
You all right?
How do I tighten that up? That keeps...
Had the lead on it. Let's pull it down.
It is. Nunny sent me some stats.
Yeah.
I tried to make it bigger, but I couldn't do it. So if you want to,
right.
I'll give that to you. You can have a...
Last time they played 32...
32-28.
21.
32-28.
32-28.
That was here.
Towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Good luck, everyone. Break a leg. Good afternoon and welcome along to the home game here as part of USQ's Phoenix Media's new Sunday afternoon game. Of course, welcome to Mark Bishop.
Thank you, Jacko.
Of course, North Ipswich Reserve. We are here for round 11. It is a clash that we really have to do something, and it's going to be a little bit hard because we're playing the team that hasn't lost a game this season at all. So it's going to be quite a battle today, isn't it, Bishop?
It will be, mate. It'll be a really big test for our guys. They've been playing well the last couple of weeks, but Sunny Coast, they've got a really nice roll on, 10 out of 10. But, you know, the old saying they like to introduce is the more wins you have, the closer you get to a loss. But I think the boys are really going to have to be on their mettle today to get the 2 points. That
will be a very tight clash. We want to thank everyone for joining us live from the North Ipswich Reserve this afternoon. Of course, as I mentioned, round 11, the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets taking on the Sunshine Coast Falcons. And of course, you can watch the game completely live on Phoenix Media's YouTube page or listen live on Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app. And we say a big hello this afternoon to all our listeners. And of course, make sure you do like us and subscribe to Phoenix Media's YouTube page. And of course, Phoenix Media Hub is powered by USQ, the University of Southern Queensland. So for us this afternoon, for the Ipswich Jets, who's going to be the linchpin? Who's going to? I mean to say they've got to step up and just play that 110%. But who needs to really step up?
Mate, it's going to be the halves today. With Joshy Clearland's out today, which will be a big loss. But Julian Christian and Jaden Connors are really going to have to step up to the mark and keep that attack flowing. The kicking game's going to have to be inch perfect as well. Nico Hines at the back for the Sunny Coast is in a real purple patch.
Yep.
So our kick has to be strong and our kick chase has to be better. The forwards are really going to have to work hard around the middle because the Sunny Coast just keep coming. They're real, they don't like it being said, but they're real Melbourne Storm-like. So they play flat off the ruck and just hit their forwards, and then do a big block play out the back for Nico Hines. So everybody just has to do their job. The job they're assigned has to be done.
Yeah.
They can do that. They're halfway there, and then you just got to hang on to the ball and keep the footy off them.
And I suppose this afternoon, and I saw him a little earlier, one of our workhorses, Tyson Lofapo, as you'd like to call him, he's out.
Yeah.
So he's going to be out for a little while.
Yes, he is. He's had an operation, did a Frenchish or something, ripped the tendons in his foot anyway, so he's had an op. He's probably...
Is that a medical term you've just used?
No, it's
a real...
It's something around that manner. I don't know what the actual word is, but it's something to do with that anyway. And so he's out for a while, so that's probably the one who really now has to step up in his absence is probably Husky Tautai.
Yeah.
He's got the footwork. Him and Timo Paskey are the two that really have to take that workload that Tyson had. And it was all really, if you ask any opposition that played against Tice, it was all the late footwork at the line. Mm. And that's something that, you can't replace him, but it's probably something they need to replicate.
Yeah.
And just hit the line with a bit of late footwork and then look for an offload and look for players coming through.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of probably our biggest workhorse, Nate Neal. You can't stop the man. He's like a brick wall.
Yeah. He takes it on himself to really do the work that, the ugly work and the good work as well. Like he runs a great Jets line, as we like to say, and really keeps himself busy. And if nothing's happened, he just says, give me the ball, and away he goes. So Nate will be strong again today. Kieran Mosley gets really smart around the dummy half, and as long as the boys just push up off him, we should be right. But in saying that, we're going to have to play really well to knock these blokes off.
Well, once again, we'd like to welcome everyone to the home game, coming to you live from the North Ipswich Reserve. Got a couple of minutes before we head on, so we might go through these team lists. Do you want to go through the Jets first?
Yes, mate, for sure. So at the back, we got Marmon Barber. On the wings, I think will be Rogan Dean and Peter Gubb. In the centres will be Rory Humphries. Rory's wearing 9 today, and Richie Pandia. The 6 will be Jaden Connors. 7 is Julian Christian. Up front, we'll have Billy McConaughey. Kieran Mosley will wear the 15 and Nat Neal in front row. Benny Shea will wear 13 with Benny White in the second row. And then Joshy Siege will wear the 11, but he'll lock it all up. Coming off the bench is Timo Paskey, Blakey Lenahan in 17, Mitchie Carpenter in the 19, and rounded off number 20, Husky Tautai, I should say.
They like changing those jerseys.
No, they do. They from week to week, they put a bit of weight on, so they've got to change the numbers around.
Eating more wheat mix every day.
They've all got to see.
Lining up for the Sunshine Coast Falcons today, it is only one real change from the program, so they're pretty keen with the full squad. Nico Hines as fullback, Nathaniel McGavin in number 2. Bit of a jersey change from the program. City Mesadriki in jersey number 4, and good luck to how you're going to say that during the game. Justin Clemmers in jersey number 3. John Reben in number 5. Number 6 is Cooper Johns. Number 7, Todd Murphy. Number 8 is Martin Caldwell. Number 9 is Harry Grant. Number 10 is Darren Schoenig. Number 11 is Louis Garrity. Number 12 is Chris Lewis. Number 13, Dane Hogan. I believe Dane's starting from the bench.
Yeah, he's coming off the bench.
Sam Burns in jersey number 14. And jersey number 18 is Daniel Dole. Lachlan Rowe, ex-Jets.
Ex-Jets. Hello to his mum and dad. His mum and dad will be in Sydney watching today, so hello to them.
He's in jersey number 16. Of course, Samuel Bernstrom in number 15. I think Samuel's on the running side.
No,
too.
I think they changed Daniel Dole. I think Daniel Dole is the one starting,
okay.
So we'll find out in a couple of minutes.
So that rounds off our 2 teams for today's clash. It is round 11. It is one, at the moment we're sitting on in 8th position on 10 points, but of course we are up against an unstoppable Sunshine Coast Falcons, who this year have just blitzed the in the Intrust Super Cup competition by winning every game they've played so far. So that equates to all the points they can get because they've won 10, but we're halfway. So we've got to lift today and try and at least give it to them and scare them a bit as the Sunshine Coast Falcons now run on. So we do once again welcome everyone to the North Ipswich Reserve. It is home of the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets, and of course, as I mentioned a little earlier, this is known as the home game, and as it will be across Phoenix Media's live stream coverage of games here at the North Ipswich Reserve. An absolutely beautiful day out there.
Mate, it's a great day for it. I was out at footy early this morning with the little fella, and it was a fantastic day. Got a bit hot in the sun, but I don't think the sun will hang around too long for here. And as the Jets run out through the brothers and Norths juniors, who've put on a couple of spectacular games for us while we're waiting for the big boys to play. So this should be good fun, Jacko, I think.
It was great to see those juniors playing because, well, they're the stars of tomorrow, and I continue to say it, and they are. You know, some of these players have come up through the junior ranks of local clubs around Australia.
There was an ex-Jets captain, his little fellow was playing for Norths today too, who's actually my best mate, Gavin Minns, who captained the Jets back through
Gavin,
the mid-90s when... I forget who was coaching them, but Gav coached them when they're still out at Briggs Road. So his young fella, Zach, under 7, played up in the under 8s today and was thrilled to be actually get on the home turf for the Ipswich Jets. So it's great to see the little fellas. They really start to enjoy themselves and have fun. So here we go, everyone. Just waiting for the kickoff. Looks like Nico Hines to kick off. Sunny Coast running towards the can shop. Jets towards the river. Caught there by Mum and Barber. First hit up, Billy McConaughey. Good strong defence there from the Sunny Coast. From number 10, Schoenig, and Harry Grant, of course. Jets go a little bit wide. Looks like Rogan Dean. Guns, as they like to call him, Jacko.
Yeah.
Got arms like billiard pools.
I think John Rubin was in there as well.
Yeah. Jets steadily getting out there. That's tackle 3. Benny White plays the ball. Goes out to Julian Christian. Gets across. As Billy gets a second touch. So they held him. Sunny Coast have held him. Tackle 4. That's about 40 out from their line, the Jets. Mosley out of dummy half. Benny Shea takes his first hit up. One of many for the day and gets tackled 5 metres short of half time. Tackle 5. Hello to Benny Shea's mum too. She's religiously watches from down south. Julian puts up a midfield bomb. This will be the first test for Hines. He catches it and Barber smashes him at exactly the same time. That was great work from Barber. Although he's called them offside. I think the one offside might have been Jaden Connors. But that's great work from the Jets with a nice high kick and put the pressure on Nico Hines early. Well, but he was well and truly up to the task, Jacko.
Nico Hines just had one thing in that he was focused on, was catching that ball and pretty heavy tackle. But unfortunately, been deemed to be offside. So,
yeah, as he focused on the ball, Mum, and focused on him. So that was great work. As Sunny Coast take the tap, running up there, looks like Lewis Garrity tackled 5 metres short of halfway. So this will be a big test for the Jets. The first set, see how Sunny Coast attack it from Johns. Oh, big, heavy collision. Looks like Schoenig tackled on the halfway. Grant out of dummy half, flat pass. Johns. Caldwell, his first touch, tackled 40 out from the Jets line. Grant again, up and out of dummy half. Murphy. It's the 12. Chris Lewis. 6 to go. Strip that he got back.
Held
so
up
6
by
to go
Peter
for Sunny Coast. Grant. Murphy. Back inside. That looks like Daniel Dole with his touch. So Sunny Coast, 18 metres from the Jets line. Grant goes to short side. Murphy looking to put something on, although he's well contained by the Jets. Good tackle there from, looks like Richie Pandia. Grant. Johns. Nico Hines with the ball. Long pass. Out to the wing. He comes back in. Nathaniel McGavin. Well tackled there by Benny White. Sunny Coast attacking the Ipswich line. Harry Grant with the ball. Good tackle, Billy McConaughey. Last tackle, Sunny Coast. Will they run? Will they kick? Goes short side. Cooper Johns kicks it back, cross under the post. Nico Hines chases through. Scores under the post. Very clever play from the Sunny Coast, Jacko.
Well, you could probably go back. That all started way back here on that penalty from the being offside. And they've just progressed in with the foot down, and they've gained the metres and scored another penalty up here, and then they've gone in and some great work. So defence a little bit lax from the Jets. So that's one thing they've got to start looking at. They're just allowing the metres.
Well, they rolled through, and it was tackle 4, and they got a 6 to go, and then Sunny Coast just rolled up. And that was great work from Cooper Johns, who jumped out of dummy half to the right and kicked it back across to the left-hand side. Nico Hines just followed it through and picked it up. Virtually fell over under the post untouched. So that's a the first time Sunny Coast touch it, they come up with points. So Ipswich are going to have to turn that around. And
So
keep them out.
Sunny Coast go onto the scoreboard first, onto the Jets Leagues Club scoreboard. 4-0 with a kick to come. After 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes, it was about 3.5 when they scored. So at the moment, Todd Murphy's lining up for the kick straight in the front. He can't miss it, and he didn't. So that takes his points to 6-4 Sunny Coast. Jets yet to score.
I don't think they'll be happy with that first defensive set, Ipswich. When the pressure come on, they didn't actually fold, but they were a bit loose around the ruck, so they usually try to pride themselves on their goal line defence. So
yeah, Sunny Coast have had some really good workhorses in there. Darren Schoening, he's been in quite a few things. Nico Hines has been in there, so they've got some players that are. Well, that's a weird.
Oh, that's nearly in front of the line too, I think. But anyway, well picked up, Justin Olam. It was a 50-50. Sunny Coast on the attack right on the halfway as Schoening gets tackled. Caldwell takes a hit up. Jets swarm in. He's tackled 32 metres from the Jets line. Grant from dummy half. Murphy, short ball. Hits Chris Lewis. Sorry, Lewis Garrity. Lewis is mucking him up already.
3 over the top.
Yeah.
Wrap him up.
Harry Grant goes a short side. Cooper Johns, good tackle there. Julian Christian, ball and all, slows it right down. Tackle 5. And Ipswich give away a penalty. Just penalised for holding on for too long with Julian Christian. The penalty they're looking to give tackle 5.
No.
They give Sunny Coast another big chance here.
Not 10 metres out.
To see what they're going to do. They are taking the tap. Harry Grant. Lewis Garrity with another hit up. He's tackled 8 metres short of the Jets line. Grant at dummy half. Short line, that looked flat, that pass, but he's knocked it on. Mama Barber picks it up in the in goal, and they'll come back for the scrum.
Well, that was probably the first error that Sunshine Coast have made, and it looked dangerous because he was on the boil, and I think that was the number 11, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Lewis Garrity, who was smashing it up. So
yeah,
but
the number 13.
It was a flat pass. It looked like it could have been forward from here, but lucky one for Ipswich, I suppose, because I think it might have been try time.
It was try time, right under the post.
So Ipswich feed in the scrum once the referee explains to them how to pack a scrum after all this time.
Scrums 101.
Oh, Peter Gubb takes a big hit up. So he's tackled 15 metres from his own line. Richie Pandia out of dummy half. Good defence from the Sunny Coast. They bang him down. Great tackle there from the 19, Daniel Dole. Another good shot. They've got a really good defensive line, the Sunny Coast. Really good tackle there, Lewis Garrity. So Ipswich need to come up with something. Rogan Dean has a run. It's a good run. Gets some good metres. He's tackled about 35 from the Ipswich line. Still just one out from Ipswich. Julian Christian with the long ball. Out to Josh Seeds through a hole. Over the top, touched by Sunny Coast. Back to Josh Seeds.
6 to go.
6 more. Seeds still has the ball. So 6 more to Ipswich. 5 metres into the half of the Sunny Coast. Kieran Mosley out of dummy half. Julian Christian. Nat Neal. Could well be Nat's first touch. Gets an offload. Jaden Connors. Ipswich lost 5 metres there, but they're not. I don't think they'll be too concerned. They're keeping the football off the Sunny Coast. Kieran Mosley. Benny Shea with a hit up. Good tackle over the top by Caldwell. Josh Seeds hits another one up. So Ipswich just prepared just to ruck it out, one up. Kieran Mosley, dummy half a run. Jaden Connors, Nat Neal. Good shot, Olam. I think he's hurt himself there, Justin Olam. Good hard hit. He come charging in and hitting our Nat Neal ball and all, and Nat spilled it. So a let off.
Big let off, 20 metres out.
Ipswich won't be able to afford to turn over ball to the Sunny Coast. They got themselves on a nice little roll, and they're not 10-0
that was
for nothing.
some pretty good work. I suppose the first time the Jets could shine this afternoon and get away with it. And they had some good run-ups, and they've called time off to have a breather, catch some air as the referee goes through Scrums 101, Volume 2.
Yeah, no, it looks like one of the players has dropped the guard or something's come off one of the players they picked up off the ground.
So here they go. It's packed,
Sunny
it's gone.
Coast feed. Olam with the hit up. He gets tackled well by Mosley. Billy McConaughey underneath. Mosendriki gets a pass. Hines out to, might be John Rubin out that side. So I haven't quite picked up the numbers yet. That is Nathaniel McGavin's on the far side of the field. Right, that was a bit high from, is that Connors, but he gets away with it. So Sunny Coast still just ploughing it up, one out. Harry Grant out of dummy half. Nat Neal takes him front on. Looking for a strip, Nat Neal doesn't quite get it. Harry Grant hangs on. Tackle for Sunny Coast, 30 metres from the Jets line. Murphy dummy half. Caldwell. Last tackle, Sunny Coast. Johns with the kick. Puts it up. They're all in front. All in front, Sunny Coast. He's let it play on. All the kickers were in front. They've played on, and it's a try. Great try, Nathaniel McGavin. He's took that on the full, but I swear blind they were 2 or 3 metres in front of the kicker because Johns kicked it from behind the attacking line. But should be fish and chip paper now.
That kick was absolutely superbly placed and just at the right height and to allow the guys to get through and be right on that spot. So, to be down this only less, just on the 10-minute mark, to be down 10 points with a kick to come, it's not what Ben and Shane are going to want.
Well, the unnerving thing for the Jet supporters, Jacko, is that's 2 sets with the footy for the Sunny Coast and 2 tries.
I know.
So they haven't had to work hard for their points at all. But that was a great kick from Cooper Johns and a great take out there from.
You're dying to say Cooper Cronk, aren't you?
No, I'm trying not to. Trying not to. Oh, it'll come out now. You've said now.
Yeah, probably will. Sorry, I'll put the monster on you. But no, look, Finn, he just seemed to put it in the right spot on that wing and.
Was a great kick. He made it a contest, but I think out on that wing out there might be, for Ipswich, might be Rogan Dean. He just got caught on the back foot and didn't climb up for it.
So what's his story?
Rogan Dean played at Norths and played at Wynnum, and then I think he got a little bit disillusioned or went travelling and was having a bit of a holiday as Murphy missed that kick. So it's still 10-0 Sunny Coast and had a bit of a holiday, and he was just running around in the park down near Steve Johnson's place, and Jono said, "What are you doing? Get yourself up to Jets training and have a bit of fun." So that he did, and he come up and trained a little bit and said, "Yeah, well, this looks like a bit of fun," and jumped in. And he's been here ever since. So
good.
Yeah, he's got a wealth of experience behind him, Rogues, and if he can get himself in the clear, look out. So as you can see here, Jacko Ipswich have stacked up this whole right side for them, so they're looking to get the ball back. For sure. Josh Seed just touched that by trying to jump it. So there's a penalty. The Sunny Coast. So things not going right at all for Ipswich. Going to try the trick plays. You've got to try and get them right, Jacko, that's for sure. So
Todd
Sunny
Murphy
Coast has a kick out. It's a great kick.
Great kick.
I don't think he kicked it out in the full. I think he got a couple of bounces, but it's ended up 18 metres short of the Jets line. So here they come again. It's a good run there from Caldwell. It's tackled about 8 metres from the Jets try line. It's Darren Schoenig. Just caught short. So Harry Grant, dummy half. Shifts it out. No, he gets caught as well. Benny White, great tackle. Ipswich driving him back.
Still driving him back.
Great tackle,
back
Benny
to
White.
10 metres.
That's a great tackle. Mosendriki, dummy half. Darren, that's Schoenig again with the hit up. As they go right, Cooper Johns out to Lewis Garrity. He gets tackled out there. Last tackle, Sunny Coast. Johns they go the short side. Harry Grant, Rogan Dean managed to pick that one up. So Jets retain the ball, get the ball, a metre out from their own line. They need the hard work here. Here's Rory Humphries with the hit up. Look at the Sunny Coast come belting up in that fast line speed,
so quick.
Jacko. They say they don't play like the Melbourne Storm, but there's Melbourne Storm straight up. Look how condensed they are, Jacko, and their line speed is great. Nat Neal takes a hit up. Ipswich still tackle 3, still haven't reached the 20-metre line. Great defence, Sunny Coast.
Now, he's got 3 players standing in front of him, the ref, but didn't say a thing, and 2 of them got to the player.
Well, I think he's been consistent both ways, Jacko, so we'll worry about that when we get done for it. The last tackle, Ipswich, goes to Julian Christian. Good pressure from Olam. He puts it up. There'll be no pressure on Hines this time or on Nathaniel McGavin, who's a good take. Catches 2 in a row, Jacko. Well done to him.
Yeah.
Good tackle, Benny White. Shuts him down. Sunny Coast, 40 metres from Ips line. Another tacking raid. Mosendriki gets across the field. Ooh, a little bit of a lifting tackle, but referee says that's all good. Richie Pandy with the tackle. Harry Grant, dummy half. The good hit up. It's like Chris Lewis. Grant goes to short side. Murphy. Nico Hines. Oh, hits it into Peter Gubb. Knock on Ipswich. Sunny Coast get another crack at it, Jacko.
Wish Peter had caught that one, but yeah, they're going to get another 6. They're only about 15 out from the Jets line, so they're dangerous, especially this far out with 6 to go.
Well, I think they've proven once they've got down this at this point of the field against the Jets, they can score points, Jacko. So Ipswich have really got to steal up here, otherwise the score's going to...
You do notice the difference in their defence. Like, as you said, they are so quick, Sunny Coast, so quick
big
off
thing
the
with
line.
the Sunny Coast is they've had all the ball in this first 15 minutes. They've had all the ball, and Ipswich probably had 4 sets, so they got they're full of energy. As John Rubin goes across looking to pick up his winger mate, doesn't quite get there. He gets tackled. Good tackle, Rory Humphries. Johns with the pass. Harry Grant looking for runners. Still Harry Grant. Still Harry Grant goes back across to the right-hand side where he just come from. Julian Christian makes a tackle. And penalty, Sunshine Coast. Look out. There's a half a melee.
So penalties at the moment, 4-0 in favour of Sunny Coast.
We'll see if we can try and work out what this might be for a high tackle. Just watching what the referee's going to do, who he's going to call out. Nat's coming, looks like Marmon Barber. Is that Marmon or Julian? Anyway, I'll go and report whoever it was. It's on report. So it must have been a high tackle, I would say. So Sunny Coast, will they keep the pressure on? Will they take the 2? No, they're going to pour the pressure on. Oh, look at them. So Harry Grant's got the ball. Still didn't tell us what the penalty was for, Jacko, but it's on report. High shot.
High shot.
Right.
Thanks to our statistician.
Martin Caldwell hits it up. Grant dummy half. Out the back. Nico Hines knocks it on again. I think he's had 2 looks up, Nico Hines. After that kick, they've might have spooked him a little bit because every time he gets a ball, that Richie Pandy is charging in at him, and he's had 2 little looks at this stage and dropped the last 2 passes, Jacko. So that little part of that might be a little part of the Jets' plan that looks like might be working so far. But 17 minutes in, Sunshine Coast 10, Jets 0.
After that little drop from Sunny Coast, the Jets players all ran in, backslapped each other, and that's what they need to start doing, is really start to get up and work this. The
key phrase is to get the NO up, Jacko.
Oh.
Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Peter Gubb with the play the ball. Hold on, I'll go back. He stepped over the line by 6 inches, so he's got to go back. All right, Rory Humphries out of dummy half. Still going Humphries. Still going Humphries. He's tackled 18 metres from his own line. Kieran Mosley with a little bit of a dart out of dummy half, but Sunshine Coast are well and truly open to it. Moving up and swamping well in their tackles. Billy McConaughey charges into the defence, but he's equally met there by Chris Lewis over the top with the help of Darren Schonig. Benny Shea. Once again, Schonig down low. Harry Grant over the top with the help of Martin Caldwell. So their middle 3 are working really hard for the Sunny Coast. Tackle 5, Jets. Goes to Christian. Another midfield bomb. Jets all onside, I think. So Marmon Barber catches it. Still last. Hail Mary pass. Richie Pandia with the ball. Puts a chip kick in. Puts another kick in. Sunny Coast get it back. Nico Hines with the ball. Still Nico Hines. Good run, Nico Hines. Benny White catches him, trying to get a strip. Not quite. A bit of a nothing set there from the Jets, Jacko.
No, good run by Nico Hines, though, to make those metres.
Lockie Rowe comes into the fray. Hello once again, Lockie's mum and dad. Watching, I think Lockie's dad's in the RAF in Sydney at the moment, so the big Eclipse comes onto the field. Have a look, he's got bigger, Jacko. Here he comes for his first touch. He doesn't get the ball. Murphy with the ball. Hines catches one. Harry Grant with the ball now. Back across to the right-hand side of the field, looking for runners. Picks up Mosendriki, who's well tackled there underneath Rory Humphries, and he's dropped the ball.
Dropped it.
Wow. A couple of little mistakes just starting to creep into the sunny coast, Jacko, but they've been good enough to not let it affect them, and Ipswich come up with one just the same.
No, just going back to when Lockie was screaming through at 100 mile an hour. If that ball was directed at him, he would have made some metres through that, because he was through a gap, but just ball went on the inside, and then it went through Nico Hines, I think.
I still don't understand why you use a 120 kilo bloke to run a decoy play. You're just wasting his energy. Just give him the ball, let him go.
Exactly.
Everyone's trying to get out of his way as it is. You don't need him to be a decoy.
No. But another little mistake by Sunny Coast. Just takes the heat off for a little while.
So Ipswich with the scrum feed, 20 from their own line, virtually right in the centre of the field. Out the back, Mosley out to Rogan Dean on the far side of the field. He's well tackled out there by Cooper Johns. Rory Humphries still fending them off. Eventually they get him to ground. Grant over the top. McConaughey. Oh, good shot. Really good tackle underneath there, Lockie Rowe. Kieran Mosley, Connors, Nat Neal gets back across into the middle. Still going, Nat, tackled at 42 from his own line. Mosley, short ball, Josh Siege. The locals get a bit restless. Tackle 5, Ipswich, only just inside the sunny coasts. Mosley goes himself, still tackle 5. Christian running around looking for holes. Long ball out wide, Benny White, Rogan Dean. Still Rogan Dean puts it on the toe. It's a good chase. Will he get there first? He does, and he scores! Got the great bounce and chased hard and scored a great try out of nowhere. The Ipswich Jets. Fantastic try, got the bounce. Nothing was happening. Julian Christian goes back across, throws a big speculator. Benny White realises he doesn't have the legs, gives it to Rogan Dean. Rogues puts it on the shoe, chases hard, gets a Josh Siege bounce from last week, beats Nico Hines to the ball and scores a great try in the far corner. Jets 4.
So a couple of months ago, he was doing the same thing in a park over towards Jono's place, and all of a sudden he's here.
Exactly, mate.
And he's done that. What a great run down that wing on that left-hand side.
He was practicing that in the park when Jono seen him, I'd say. Well, we'll go with that. That sounds like a good story.
We'll stick to that one. But that does pull the score back on the Jets Leagues Club scoreboard 10-4 with the kick to come in favour of Sunny Coast. But just the defence on that wing, it's probably caught the Sunshine Coast out because they were expecting it to go up through the centre.
It's the unexpected, Jacko, of the Jets' attack.
Yeah.
But, tackle 5 and Kieran Mosley goes himself with nothing happening and throws a speculator, and Julian gets it and starts dotting around and starts to run backwards, and everyone thinks, he's going to get tackled on the halfway and it'll be a changeover for nothing. And he threw a big pass where probably the Sunny Coast backs were back there waiting for the kick, and it didn't happen, and the Jets capitalised on it, so well done to them.
No, that's good. On the sideline, looks like Dane Hogan's going to come back on. He's got a lot of experience, Dane Hogan, played for Easts, and of course...
I think he played a grand final at Easts.
Yep.
Might have played 2 down there for East, and then followed Craig Ingebrigtsen up to the Sunny Coast when he went up there and actually...
I was going to let you say it.
Yeah, he was captain for a while up there as well.
Because Craig took a lot of players with him.
He did, yeah. Well, they're in the same... East and Sunny Coast are the same system as well, so you just sort of... much of a muchness. But, he's a real warrior, Dane Hogan, who's been around for a while. I think initially, too, he come down from... up north as...
waved away.
Who's kicking today? Looks like Marmon Barber with the job. So Sunshine Coast 10, Ipswich Jets 4 with just under 18 minutes to go. And, of course, the Colts play after this game, Jacko. So we don't have, for those you wanting to know a Colt score, they haven't actually played yet. So
just keep an eye on the QRL website, or you can follow it live via that QRL website, or you can tune in on the Jets Facebook site, the Jets Rugby League football team.
Good
As
charge.
Peter Gubb takes it up.
And here come the Jets. What are they? A little bit of a spring in their step now. Josh Siege. It's another good run. They've made a couple little metres from those two runs from the Jets. So Christian with the ball. Out to Connors. Connors steps back in, goes back towards the ruck. Still going Connors. Just looking for a hole. They shut it down pretty quick. Big front row there, Darren Schonig. So Benny Shea with the ball. Murphy in there underneath with the help of Chris Lewis. Kieran Mosley. Oh, drops it, Billy. Billy McConaughey drops it. Harry Grant's away. Josh Seed's chasing. He's not going to get him. Harry Grant scores under the post. It was a drop ball then from Billy McConaughey.
Simple mistake, but unfortunately, Jets have been made to pay for it.
Well, that came out of nowhere, Jacko, didn't it? And it was just that little mistake, and Harry Grant, the everywhere man, managed to pick the ball up, and was a slow-a-thon there between him and Josh.
Well, I was just thinking
to get
the
going.
way he was looking, I could probably run faster than him. It seemed to be like slow motion, but they were both getting the same speed.
He was the only one that was in fast motion. Was Harry Grant? Was the ball hit the ground, he picked it up and pinned him, and nobody, no one from the Jets nobody reacted except for Josh Seeds, and unfortunately he didn't have the legs to stay with him. So Sunny Coast go into the post, which is probably what they want, a good hit back from the try. And, away they go. Sunny Coast 14, Jets 4 with a kick to come. Murphy should throw this over. And once again, back to the 10-point scoreline.
And, of course, kicking towards the Switch City Committee, which is our official or unofficial, whichever way you want to look at it, more the official fan club. So if you are a fan of the Jets Rugby League football team, you can get closer by following and being a part of the Switch City Committee. And once again, we do thank everyone for listening in via USQ for, should say, Phoenix Media Hub as that kick goes over. And, of course, the Phoenix Media Hub is powered by USQ, the University of Southern Queensland. And what a great bunch of people they are. Of course, you are watching this game live on their YouTube or listening live on Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app. And we do welcome everyone this afternoon.
Of course, 15 minutes to go, Jacko. Ipswich should be looking to really stop the Sunny Coast momentum as Dane Hogan, when he replaced number 19, Daniel Dole, just at the last kickoff, which was, 2 minutes ago, Jacko. So Ipswich again with the short kickoff. And Sunshine Coast managed to get it back through Justin Olam. So Lockie Rowe with the hit up. Still going Lockie Rowe. Gets through a Billy McConaughey tackle. Still going Lockie Rowe. They managed to pull him down. Richie Pandia, 35 metres from the Ipswich line. So here's a good run from Rowe. Harry Grant, Cooper Johns. Ball out there. Mosen Dreeke, Nathaniel McGavin coming in. Jets shut it down 5 metres from their own line as a penalty. Somebody's mouthing off. Billy McConaughey gets 10 in the bin. Well, you don't need any of that. That's ill discipline from Billy. Regardless of what's happened, what's been done, whatever you say to the referee just will not work.
Hang on, is it? Yeah, no, he's telling somebody else can go too.
He's telling him to hurry up. He's not allowed to walk off. He's got to run off.
There's 2 coming off. Josh Siege.
Has he sent 2 off? Well, that's the first one you go, okay. The second one's ridiculous. Siege, to leave us now down with 11 is crazy. We've got to show more discipline than that. So he sends the first one for mouthing off. He's going to give it to the second one as well, isn't he? So the task just got harder now for the Jets.
Very hard.
13 minutes to go, so they'll come back just before half-time. But can they hold them out? Lockie Rowe well tackled there by Benny Shea. Murphy out the back to Hines. Justin Olam well wrapped up by Peter Gubb. Look for the strip, not quite. So Jets need to defend and defend really well here. Dane Hogan with the ball. Benny Shea, Nat Neal in the tackle. Still going Hogan. They managed to pull him up a metre from the try line. Harry Grant at dummy half. And a short ball. And straight through there goes Chris Lewis. And the Jets pay the penalty for ill discipline. As Chris Lewis just strolling over close to the line. Jets not adjusting. That would have been more than likely where Billy or Josh would have been standing. The Sunshine Coast blow out the lead now, 20. Ipswich Jets 4.
Well, it's going to be hard with 11 players on, and those first couple of tackles, the Jets players muscle up. They knew something was on, but they just couldn't. It can't be everywhere with 11 players up against the 13. So
you run out of numbers really quick, Jacko. But what you have to do is condense that defence and just push right in and make them go around you, and then push up hard and stretch it wide. So the Jets are going to have to adjust now and dig deep and see what they got. The Sunny Coast make a change as well. As number 15, Samuel Bernstrom, goes on. He's replaced the number 18, Martin Caldwell. So they got good time out of their big front rowers, Sunny Coast. But Ipswich, it's a long way home from here. I'm not saying it's beyond them, but it is a long way home. They'll have to dig deep and show the famous Jet spirit as Murphy kicks that one over.
And on the
Sunny
Jets,
Coast out to 22. Ipswich Jets 4 with just under 12 minutes to go.
So, unfortunately, the Jets' league scoreboard isn't doing much for our favour, and especially with 11 down now. And it's an uphill battle with 11 players.
Well, there's two things they can do, Jacko. They can hook in and go, right, we're going to get it done, or they can throw the white towel in and go, well, I've had enough. So, the choice is there. They won't stray away from what they do, that's for sure.
They won't. They'll just keep...
They've got to work harder for the next 8 minutes. So they're persisting with Richie Pandy has knocked it on. As they go wide, Mason Dreeke with the overlap goes himself.
Made some good meters there.
Richie Pandia. So you'd think the Sunshine Coast will just whip it from left to right, but they're happy just to hit it up one out as well. They won't stray from the game plan, so well done to them. But
Peter Gubbs calling him across.
Murphy with the ball. Still Murphy. Good tackle there from Kieran Mosley underneath. Managed to drag him down. Harry Grant at dummy half. Nico Hines up to Bernstrom. Tackled low there by Nat Neal with help of Benny White, the two Bennies and Benny Shea. So Ipswich, this is where they need to work hard off their line here now. Cooper Johns goes back inside Nico Hines. Great tackle, Benny White. Chops him down. He goes blind again. Mason Dreeke just strolls through and scores another try. So this is ugly for the Ipswich Jets now.
Scoreboard goes 26-4 with the kick to come with 10 minutes left in this half, and it'll be 10 minutes that are going to just be so painful the way they've it's gone since we've only had 11 players on the field. There's 2 tries.
Yeah, and that's that'll be something that'll Billy and Joshy Serge will be kicking themselves for in the dressing room now.
Yeah,
that's 2 they've got to make up, and it is hard to defend, but you've got to be smarter as well, which means you have to slow the ball down, and really get up hard off the line and just back yourself to make. When you've only got 11, you've got to make the one-on-one tackles and you've got to make them stick. You can't probably afford to have 2 or 3 charging in
and at
to
the
help
moment,
out in tackles.
Nat's having a heart-to-heart with the referee, as if to say, "Give us a break, sir."
Well, there's not much you can do about it now. If they hadn't have mouthed off, that we wouldn't be down to 11. So it's one of those things now, Jacko. Like I said, Sunshine Coast, I thought would have, especially from the kick when. We stack one side with a short kick, and Nico Hines gave it out to Mason Dreeke. Moson Dreeke ended up going himself.
Well,
the play
probably 15 metres, and well and truly.
They would have scored from the kick, but anyway.
And it's
as
converted.
Todd Murphy slams it over.
Another 2 points, goes to 28-4 with just under 9 minutes in this half.
Which is just under 6 minutes to go before the Jets get back to their full complement. So... Looks like they've changed tactics now, the Jets. Lining out across the field in a standard kickoff. Or just to spread their numbers, or will he have the same kick? Looks like the same kick. Yep. Oh, Murphy's knocked that on.
He's knocked it on.
And it's gone out. So it's a feed Ipswich. So
So, at last, something for
Well, they
us.
finally get. I think this is the first touch of the ball, Jacko, since the two boys went to the sin bin.
Yeah.
So what the Jets really need to do here now is play out the 6 tackles. Get to the kick, try and get a repeat set. They've got to hold on to the football as long as they can while they've only got the 11 men. That's all they can do.
Is there now? Is there a reason they've peppered this slide and those short kickoffs?
Because Marmon is a left footer.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah,
because
okay.
then when he kicks it,
It goes
the
this
natural,
way, yeah.
natural turn of the ball is going
Yeah.
to turn into the line rather than turn away.
Turn away, yeah. Okay, they're off.
Julian Christian with the ball. It's tackled 10 metres into the Sunny Coast half by Mosendriki. Ipswich, Jaden Connors. Still Jaden Connors. Picks up Richie Pandia. Goes back across the ruck. Goes backwards, loses 5 metres. As long as Ipswich hold the ball at this stage, I don't think it matters too much what they do. Benny Shea with a good hit up. Takes 3 to bring him down. He's tackled 12 metres into the Sunshine Coast half. Kieran Mosley with a dart out of dummy half. Looking for a runner. Picks up Rory Hunt. Picks up Benny White, sorry. Benny White tackled 30 from the Sunshine Coast line. Tackle 4 Ipswich. Still just playing it out. Ben Shea with another hit up for this set. Goes across a little bit, looking for some runners. Takes the line on. Still going Benny Shea. And he's tackled 20 metres out from the Sunshine Coast line. What have Ipswich got here? Jaden Connors, they look for a repeat set. Oh, and he gets a nothing kick. He's dropped it onto his foot. Dane Hogan picks it up and gets good metres. So Sunshine Coast with the ball, 35 metres from their own line. Come short side. That was a flat pass as well. Justin Olam gets cleaned up by Peter Gubb. Harry Grant to dummy half. Jonathan Rubin with a run, giving the forwards a little bit of a rest. He gets tackled right on halfway. Sunshine Coast looking for more points than against 11-man Jets. 16, Lockie Rowe with a good hit up. Still going Lockie Rowe. Nat Neal gets down around his legs and brings him to the ground. Harry Grant comes a short side. Picks up Murphy. Still going Murphy. Jaden Connors brings him down to the ground. Tackle 5, Sunshine Coast. Harry Grant picks it up out of dummy half. Kicks it back to the short side. Kicks it straight to Richie Pandia. Bit of a high tackle, but they let it go as Grant manages to jump on top. So Pandia plays the ball. Peter Gubb with a hit up. The Sunshine Coast will be looking to get right off their line here and shut Ipswich down. Rory Humphreys with the short side as well. Sunshine Coast swarm them. They've done no defence. It'd be interesting to see what those stats are, Jacko. How many sets of footy both sides have had, because I think Sunny Coast might just about be double Ipswich.
Yeah.
Nat Neal with a run back into the ruck. Good tackle, Dane Hogan brings a big fella down. So tackle 4, Ipswich still 20 metres from their line. Rogan Dean out of dummy half. It's a good run from Rogues, gets to the 30. Last tackle, Ipswich. Goes out to Christian with a chip. Chasing hard, Marm and Barber, but Murphy catches it, gives it to Reuben. Reuben gets well tackled underneath by Christian. Harry Grant, the dummy half. Nico Hines with the ball, searching for a hole. He gets brought down. Great tackle there from Christian again. Grant, dummy half. Connors comes shooting out of the line to try and get Dane Hogan, but Dane Hogan bounced him off. Eventually gets tackled 20 metres from the Ipswich line by Kieran Mosley. Grant hits Johns. Hits Mosendriki. Mosendriki still going, attracting defenders everywhere. Tackle 4, Sunny Coast, 10 metres from the Ipswich line. Cooper Johns, dummy half. Long pass. Harry Grant out the back to Dane Hogan. Dane Hogan takes it himself and gets brought down by Nat Neal. Tackle 5, Sunshine Coast, 8 metres from the Ipswich line. Grant to Murphy. Murphy with a kick through. Ipswich managed to clean it up. That was great work there from Richie Pandia. Peter Gubb coming back off the line. It's been a bit to and fro, Jacko.
Yeah.
As Gubb gets across into the middle of the park.
It looks like Josh Siege and the human brick, Billy McConaughey, are just waiting on the sideline to head in. So they'll join the... Yep, they're both on now, so we're back to 2 full teams of 13.
And that's cost Ipswich 12 points. So they've got a fair bit of work to make up to their teammates now, the McConaughey and Siege, as Benny Shea takes a good charge straight up the middle. They do well to tackle him. Burnsham still wrestling with him, but Shea gets tackled on the 40. Last tackle, Ipswich. Out the back to Christian. The big bomb, puts it up again. Nico Hines, Mum and Barber charging hard. Barber gets him again. Well taken, Nico Hines, though. You could hear the footsteps, but he took that well. That was great work from Hines.
He's been good under the high ball.
He has. He's dropped a couple heading into the line, but under the high ball he's fairly safe. But I think they'll persist with that tactic as Jonathan Rubin takes a hit up. Good tackle, Richie Pandia, with the help of Nat Neal and Josh Siege. Harry Grant, dummy half. Another flat pass out of dummy half. Olam.
Flat.
Well, what can you say? It's not forward because he didn't pull it up. Grant out of dummy half again. To Hogan, to Bernstrom. Bernstrom knows one way and goes straight. Good tackle, Billy McConaughey. Last tackle, Sunshine Coast. Grant out of dummy half. Murphy hits Lewis. Lewis with the kick. They look like they might be in front here, but he's going to score. Oh, that's a great pick-up and try from Jonathan Rubin.
Right in the corner.
Probably not so much urgency from the Ipswich Jets, but that was good work.
Another 4 points to the Jets Leagues Club scoreboard. It goes 32-4 with the kick to come. Not what the Jets wanted this side of half-time. That was a great pickup. It held up, slowed down, held up, and it just bounced. He got the really good bounce to it. And
really good kick from Chris Lewis. I don't know whether he's noted for his kicking, but that was a great kick, and the ball looked like it was all out for all and sundry. And Jonathan Rubin's managed to catch it in midair and put it down all in the same movement. So that's really good skill and great work from Jonathan Rubin, but it's not good for the Ipswich Jets as with just under 2 minutes left on the clock. You think this would be a lead maybe too far, but Jets are always positive. But plenty of stuff is going to change. Also note, Jacko, Jets haven't made an interchange yet today. So all still 4 freshies on the bench.
It's a good pickup there.
Yeah.
Probably because I'm looking through lots of mirrors and window. I can't even see the bench.
The Sunshine Coast have only made the 3 changes, but it won't really matter to them with a lead like they have. But Jets have got to turn it around and try and get some footy and really hold on to the footy, but their defence has been fairly ordinary today. There hasn't been too much urgency, I don't think, in their defence.
No.
The Sunshine Coast have thrown the standard Sunshine Coast out. I mean, Ipswich have not been good enough to shut it down, Jacko, at all.
No.
At all.
So Murphy doing the goal kicking again. Comes in and puts it just, hits the post. So he has had a good, that's 2 he's missed now. So scoreline remains on the Jets League Scump scoreboard, 32 to Falcons and Ipswich Jets on 4. Basically, I don't even think there'll be a kickoff with 15 seconds to go. They're just wandering back.
They're trying to make it the last play of the day, that's for sure. It'll be interesting whether or not the referees call it and blow time, but no, they're happy to let the Jets just walk up. And as Marmon walks away, and they're happy for it to go.
So that is half-time for the Ipswich Jets. And so just say, it's been a tough battle for the Jets to head up and be in that fight. But, 32-4, it is quite a battle. So some good points, but some bad points. So, losing 2 players down to 11 cost us 12 points. So if you take that 12 away, we're, basically only 16 behind, you could say.
Yeah, still, they haven't been good enough to stop what's been thrown at them as well, which will be disappointing from the Jets' point of view. Sunshine Coast have played really well. I think they've only probably made maybe 3 or 4 mistakes if they've made that many. And whereas Ipswich have come up with a few, and I think each time Ipswich have made a mistake, the Sunshine Coast have scored, but we haven't made the Sunshine Coast pay for their mistakes. So.
Yeah, oh well. You're watching the home game or listening to it via Phoenix Radio on the TuneIn app, so we do thank you for tuning in and listening or watching us on the live stream. We do thank you. We've still got half of football to go, so we will be back in about 9 minutes.
Tigers and North Ipswich. Under 8's get a thrill for playing on the home rugby league here at North Ipswich Reserve every week in the home games of the Ipswich Jets. So big thank you to the boys and girls, the coaches, the volunteer staff, coming along and being part of this special day here this evening.
And welcome back to the home game this afternoon. We're halfway through this round 11 match. Scoreline isn't real hot at the moment, 32 for the Sunshine Coast Falcons. Ipswich Jets, or I should say the Savage Pest Control Jets, sitting on 4 points. So hasn't been a good 40 minutes for the boys in green?
No, mate, it hasn't. But they were fairly positive in the dressing room and said, this is what we've got to fix. And if we can get one break, they can roll through them. So they're confident they can come back. They say the Sunny Coast would have had the same message as well. So it'll be interesting to see how the half folds out.
No, it will be. We do thank you for watching in this afternoon via Phoenix Media's YouTube page, or you can, if you're listening in live on Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app, we do welcome you this afternoon. Of course, the sun has just about set. We've got no long shadows on the field now, and of course those lights that are on will come into play, no doubt, during the halfway through this last half, because it does get dark once that sun goes down. It gets a bit cold too.
It's a little bit nippy out there at the moment, Jacko, yeah.
And I'm in shorts.
Yeah, me too. We're inside, so we might be right.
Yeah. So, of course, Phoenix Media Hub is powered by USQ, the University of Southern Queensland, and we do thank them for their the team we've got this afternoon. There's a great team of cameramen and production staff here, so we do thank Nick and the team for coming along this afternoon. So at the moment, the Sunny Coast are running on. The Jets are already in play. They'll have the kick-off towards the northern end of the ground, or the hangar bar, the noisy end of the ground. Well, let's hope we can make it the noisy end.
Yeah, get some Jets action down there this time, and they need to turn it around fairly quickly. I know.
Yeah. I suppose a couple of silly things happened in that first half, and that's what they've got to now look at is, we don't want that in this half. We've got to start playing football, and they're a good defensive side as well as a good attacking side. So here we go with kickoff.
Oh, that's touched by Ipswich. So the ill discipline set in straight away. The first thing you learn in the under sevens is don't touch it until it goes 10 metres. But anyway, so Sunny Coast with the penalty managed to get it.
Makes 15 metres.
35 metres into the Ipswich half as Sunshine Coast roll through again. Good play the ball, Lewis Garrity. Out to Hogan. Hogan looking for holes. Benny Shea just a little bit high, but manages to get away with that one. Harry Grant, dummy half. Cooper Johns. Murphy. It's a hard running. That might be Chris Lewis.
Just seem you're making the metres easy, don't they?
They've rolled through and held up. Harry Grant snuck out from dummy half. And they just managed to pull him down. So that's not a good start for Ipswich so far, as Sunshine Coast got a penalty at halfway and they've managed to roll through tackle 4. It's Cooper Johns with the ball, looking for holes. Wrapped up nicely by Benny White over the top. Tackle 5, Sunshine Coast. Grant takes off from dummy half with the kick as Billy McConaughey has to tap it back. So it's a drop out Ipswich. So Sunshine Coast all attack again, all rolling through for them. Ipswich can't make a break.
So it's not a good start for the Jets in this 40 minutes. So all they can do is just concentrate on trying to keep the Falcons out. And
Peter Gubb. And then goes out. Peter Gubb was on his back and caught the ball.
Must have hit his head over.
And then must have put his foot on. I dare say his head must have hit the line.
His head must have hit the line because he seemed to be on the ground and had the ball. And next minute he's gone backwards. Yeah,
probably the long flowing hair, yes.
Our statistician David said his hair's a couple of centimetres too long.
was a great effort, but that's the tail of the tape, unfortunately, for Ipswich this week. Today
Today
they can't get a break. All right, so scrum, 15 metres from the Ipswich line, fed by the Sunny Coast. Johns hits a short running Olam, runs over the top of Richie Pandia, who manages to come back. Harry Grant, Lockie Rowe takes a charge towards the goalpost. Still going Lockie Rowe, still pumping those legs. Ipswich managed to hold him up. So Grant the dummy half. Goes himself, Harry
dummy.
Grant. Runs into the goalpost and managed to hold him out, Ipswich. So the dummy half is Murphy. Murphy flings it out the back to Johns. Mosen Dreeke gets tackled. Ipswich offside. That makes the penalty count. I think it is 8-0. Sunshine Coast. So Ipswich need to really clean up their discipline. Grant with the tap. This is the Bernstrom. He charges into the Ipswich defence. Takes three men to bring him down. Grant to dummy half. Slow play the ball. Out the back to Murphy. Good tackle, Connors. Connors manages to get him. So Sunshine Coast play the ball now 15 metres from the Ipswich Jets line. Good pressure, Jaden Connors. Lachlan Rowe gets another hit up. He's brought down 5 metres from the Ipswich line. The good low tackle from Josh Siege. Grant at dummy half. Out the back to Johns. John scheming out the back to Mosen Dreeke, who gets ball and all tackled there by Rory Humphries. Good tackle. They managed to slow it down. So Mosen Dreeke with the play the ball. Grant goes short side again to Johns. Johns with a kick. Well picked up by Rory Humphries, I think that is, who's still got the leg speed going. He gets tackled 10 metres from his own line. So Ipswich, what can they come up with here? Christian dummy half, Rogan Dean. He gets tackled 12 metres from his try line. Ipswich will be looking for a good 6-tackle set here with a kick. Billy McConaughey charges into the line. Good tackle, Harry Grant, up the top. With Lewis Garrity underneath.
Jets in possession. They need to hold it here.
Peter Gubb charges in and they knock him over. Cooper Johns with a good tackle down low. Sorry, Murphy, that was. Richie Pandia. Straight into Lockie Rowan. Gets an offload. Mosley. Benny White. Rogan Dean. Down the short side. Still going Rogan Dean. Good tackle. Cooper Johns down low. Tackle 5 Ipswich. Rory Humphries, the dummy half, doesn't realise it's tackle 5. Wild pass. Josh Siege drops it. Sunshine Coast with the ball, 5 minutes from halfway. Terrible finish to the set there from Ipswich.
I think it just caught him off guard. It was happening that quick, and as you said, he didn't realise it was
the only one who didn't know it was last tackle was the dummy half, which was bad luck. Lockie Rowe with a hit up. Kieran Mosley down low. 4 Ipswich Jets men finally bring him to ground. So they're slowing to play the ball down, Ipswich. Grant out of dummy half. Still going Grant. Straight through behind the ruck. And he scores untouched. Wow. There's an easy try. That's a great pickup from Harry Grant.
He's been dangerous this afternoon, and he's been one of their playmakers, and it's just proved that he's gone through. And, yeah, great work from Lockie Rowe, because Lachlan was dangerous when he played for us. He's more dangerous for us now because he's against us, and he's making some good meters.
Well, they made a 3-man tackle on him and then just didn't get up quick enough, and Grant, they slowed to play the ball down. Harry Grant picked it up and took off, and then nobody from the Jets reacted, and he went through virtually untouched to score under the post. So not the start Ipswich were looking for. As Sunshine Coast once again get themselves in kicking range, and you think Todd Murphy will throw this over as Ipswich look to ring the changes, as well as Josh Sheeds and Billy McConaughey come off. They had 10 minutes rest before, and now it's at 7 minutes into the second half. They're going to come off, and Husky Tautai and Mitchy Carpenter are going to go onto the field. So hopefully we get some fresh legs and a bit of enthusiasm out there for the Jets, because this could end up any old score at the moment. Sunny Coast are rampaging through 38-4
on the Jets League scoreboard with 33 minutes left in this game. It's slowly getting away from the Jets. They need to really start stepping up, and like as you said, they just stood there, and they did. Just stood there and watched Grant go under.
I think it might be away from them now, Jacko, but what they need to do is try and save a bit of face now and not make it worse, Ipswich. And I know the Sunshine Coast won't take the foot off the throat, that's for sure, but Ipswich need to do something here. Another short kick-off. The referee's blown the whistle for a knock on Ipswich. So Sunshine Coast once again will get the feed 40 from their own line. These kickoffs haven't worked at all today.
No.
But as is the want, we'll keep doing them.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes some things have to change, but you know, I think, and most of those kickoffs, the knock-ons have been from Ipswich, except the one that they put out.
On this side.
Late in the first half, but the Sunshine Coast with the feed goes to Johns, goes to Garrity, standing out off the scrum.
And
He's tackled 40 metres into the half.
And those lights
Hogan
coming into play now.
Pass.
The locals getting into it.
Well, they play a flat line all the time, so eventually you would think a pass was going to be forward in there somewhere, but that's the last of Ipswich's Warriors, I think, at the moment. They just need to really complete a set and try and get a repeat set, because I dare say there hasn't been a repeat set for Ipswich yet. So what can they conjure up? Christian to feed the scrum. Out to Connors. Connors takes them on himself. He gets nailed by Cooper Johns or Todd Murphy out there wide. Christian dummy half. Pandya across the field. They just give them nothing as he gets manhandled by Lockie Rowe. Ipswich have got to come up with something. They've got to run with a bit more purpose, I think, Jacko. Kieran Mosley out of dummy half. Benny Shea. He keeps pumping those legs and going forward. Just needs a quick play the ball. Not getting it. Mosley takes off. Husky Tautai with his first touch. He gets brought down 28 metres from the Sunshine Coast line. Mosley out of dummy half again. Christian goes back across the ruck. Still going Christian. Nat Neal, he straightens it up. Gets tackled in the middle of the field. 20 from the Sunshine Coast line on tackle 5. So what have Ipswich come up with here? Christian with the ball. Running with a kick now. Looking for chases, easily picked up there by Nathaniel McGavin. So Sunshine Coast with the ball again now. Here goes Mosen Dreeke with a hit up. He's tackled. 4 Jets in the tackle. 12 metres from his own line.
This is where the Jets need to step up and really get in and defend and hold them up there, because they've proved they can do it.
Well, Sunshine Coast makes so easy metres out of here, Jacko. Look, here comes Lockie Rowe.
That's...
He'd be tackle 4. 35 metres from his own line, and they got the ball virtually on their try line on tackle 1. So they've just rolled through the Jets, through the middle. There's Nico Hines with the ball down the far side of the field. Gets it out, Justin Olam gets tackled there. Well tackled. Still going Justin Olam as Connors and Peter Gubb managed to bring him down. Tackle 5. Goes to Murphy. Murphy with the kick. Puts it up for Marmon Barber. No pressure on Barber, and he catches that easily. Zabinley his first touch with the ball, I think, Jacko. That'll just about be Marmon's first run with the ball. 50 minutes into the game. Eventually he plays the ball. Rory Humphreys charging it up. He gets tackled well. Sunshine Coast still have their line speed, still willing, still wanting to win the game. Mitch Carpenter spills the ball. It was a great tackle under the ball there from Dane Hogan. From the 10. Darren Schonig managed, the ball just popped out. So Ipswich on the defence again. Dane Hogan hits it up. Benny White combines with Mitch Carpenter. Benny White looking for the steal. Can't quite get it. Hogan managed to hang on to the ball. Grant dummy half. Murphy. Nico Hines. Still Nico Hines puts a kick in. Puts it straight on the chest of Jonathan Rubin. And he scores in the corner. That was really smart work there from Nico Hines.
That was, just Sunshine. If you're a Sunshine Coast fan, that was great football. But for a Jets fan, which we are, it's just really hard, because you just see those holes opening up, and they're just not. Their defence needs a lot of work on this one.
I think what happened there, Jacko, was Richie Pandia shot up to try and get Nico Hines, and Nico stepped him in midair.
And, yeah.
While the ball was in the air, Nico's managed to step back inside and catch the ball, and then looked up, and he virtually had throw a long pass or put it on the foot. He had to put it on Jonathan Rubin's chest for him to score, and that's what happened. So, that comes from a Mitch Carpenter mistake again, Jacko, making Ipswich pay.
Yeah.
Yet again, another mistake from the Jets, and the Sunshine Coast have made them pay, and that's why they're 10-0 at this stage.
On the Jets Leagues Cup scoreboard here on the home game, the Sunshine Coast Falcons are 42, Jets 4 with a kick to come. So we could add another 2 points out. In or out? It's a fair.
You have to say in, I think, from this stage. He's been hitting them well.
Yeah.
Hitting them well today, so I'd nearly have to back Murphy in from here as Sunshine Coast make a change. Lockie Rowe getting a rest as the 14 goes on, Sam Burns. For the Sunshine Coast as Murphy moves in. Hits it well, the touchies run in, go to the left, and he's put it straight over, Jacko.
I tried to put the monster on him, didn't work. Yeah, look, Lachlan Rowe, I've always been a fan of Lockie when he played here with us and the wearing the Jets jumper, but he's such an incredible runner of the ball and strong and
Well, they use him as a battering ram up there. He doesn't get to really showcase his ball skills, but he takes a lot of bodies to bring him down. The job that they've got him to do, he's doing it really well, and good luck to him as Jets another kickoff. So Mum and Barber, short kickoff again. As Jets get the football back. So that's 1 out of 8, I think. And penalty. Hold down from Murphy. So play on. Peter Gubb takes a quick tap. Gubb goes through.
Oh, that had to be high. He's got it too.
It was a high tackle there from, looked like it was Harry Grant.
So this is what we need.
They do is Mosley takes another quick tap and takes off. So Sunshine Coast have to do a bit of defence here down on their own line. Mosley plays the ball. Connors at dummy half. Hits Ben Shea down the right-hand side of the field. Takes him on. Good tackle underneath by Murphy. Gets him low and brings him to the ground. Connors at dummy half. Has a dart himself. Still Connors. Still going Connors. And another penalty.
Another penalty.
Ipswich have got 3 penalties in a row. And that's only taken 55 minutes to get a penalty, and they've got 3 in a matter of a minute.
So I think the penalty count at the moment is 7 for them, 3 for us. So we're on a roll.
3-0 second half penalties. Might even it up. The quick tap. Husky Tautai hits it up. Good tackle underneath Sunny Coast, number 12, Chris Lewis. Ben Shea goes back to where the ball was. Still going Benny Shea. Ipswich need to get some attack going here, Jacko. It's all just one out, one out, one out. They need to probably move them around as Connors goes across field. Still Connors. Flick pass. Julian Christian with the ball. Still going Julian Christian. Looking for a hole. Didn't quite get there. Looking for a quick play the ball now. And doesn't get it. Well held down from Murphy. As Richie Pandia takes off out of dummy half and gets tackled 10 metres from the Sunshine Coast line. Mosley dummy half. Christian with the ball with a short kick. Sunshine Coast block it. Tautai back to Christian. Still Christian. And he's tackled. Not 6 to go. Last tackle, so not played at Sunshine Coast. Barber with the ball. Barber with the kick through. Looking for runners as the Sunshine Coast made to pick it up. Good work from Murphy, who gets nailed as soon as he gets it by Nat Neal. So Sunshine Coast on the attack again.
Well, that was good work, that last couple of minutes for the Ipswich Jets, because they had a couple of good penalties and put Sunny Coast under pressure.
Didn't really throw too much at them, though. The Sunshine Coast handled that fairly easy, as there's a penalty here to the Sunshine Coast. Looks like it might have been a strip as Benny Shea gets a rest. And onto the field goes to Timo Paskey. So Timo will be looking to make an impression early. Now the tackle to be taken by Justin Olam shifts it off to Chris Lewis. Still going Chris Lewis. Managed to bring down there by just Jaden Connors. So out wide. Looks like Garrity with a hit up. Slowed to play the ball down. Sorry, that was Darren Schonig. Sorry. Dane Hogan with the ball. He gets tackled low by Benny White over the top, Mitchell Carpenter. Harry Grant out of dummy half. Murphy. Murphy gives it to Lewis again. Back to Murphy. It was a good offload. Still going Murphy. Looking for runners. Harry Grant. Cooper Johns. Garrity. Oh, Motion Dreeke with a good flick out to McGavin. He gets nailed there by Rory Humphries. So tackle 4, Sunshine Coast. Cooper Johns with the ball. Harry Grant with a kick. Kicks it at the post. Goes too big. Touched. No, too big. Touched. What's he called? 20-metre
No, he's
tap.
going to bring it
Ipswich.
out.
So 7 tackle set, Jacko.
So,
what have the
yeah.
Jets got here?
So we've got to make this one count and hold the ball for 7 tackles.
Richie Pandia gets tackled at 25 from his own line. Mosley, Rogan Dean with a hit up, trying to give the forwards a bit of a rest. Good low tackle there from the 11, Lewis Garrity, with Cooper Johns over the top. Kieran Mosley, Benny White with a touch. Garrity manages to bring him down with the help of Dane Hogan over the top, slowing to play the ball down. Kieran Mosley again. Timo Paskey with his first touch. Look for a little sneaky little offload from Timo Jacko. He's got one in him, and he's got a good whack in him too if he gets a chance. Mitchie Carpenter with a good hit up. Takes 3, 4 to bring him down. A tackle 4 Ipswich right on halfway. Kieran Mosley takes a dart out of dummy half, looking for runners. Picks up Timo Paskey again. Just puts his nose through. Unlucky. Did he offload?
Unlucky,
Didn't quite offload.
But
Mosley.
he looked.
Shift out to Julian Christian. Chasing hard, Ipswich, Jaden Connors all on side. Good take, Nico Hines. As Rogan Dean managed to bring him down, and he's offside, is he? And he's called him offside.
Called him offside. Like,
Well, Ipswich have got to be smarter than that, Jacko. You're wasting. He's kicking it high as he can in the field, so you just got to stay on side. You've got enough time to get through there to get him. Like, and it's been our fast men have been penalised for being offside every time, and they've got the pace to get there. So, it's a nothing penalty because it's a waste.
not a real good clearing kick, but...
well, they don't need to worry about them making yards because they're making easy
they're
yards.
making it easy,
Coast,
going
so
straight through.
Don't have to worry about the kicks. Oh, there's a drop ball. There's
Drop
probably
ball.
one
No,
that...
this will be good.
there we
penalty.
go. There's a strip.
Oh,
The 19, Daniel Dole gets a penalty for a strip. As Murphy makes more ground that time. He's made 30 metres from that kick. So
great clearance on that
Sunshine
one.
Coast will start their set on the Ipswich 20. Mosen Dreeke will take the tap. Shifts it out to Burns. Well, doesn't get that far, sorry. Lewis Garrity jumps in the middle and takes a hit up. Burns into dummy half. Schonig gets a hit up. Still going Schonig. Has he got over? And he has.
Yes.
Wow, that's a great run from Schonig. That's terrible defence from the Ipswich Jets.
He's been a Daniel Schonig for the Sunshine Coast Falcons. He's been a strong runner and always just seemed to push through the defence pretty hard.
Well, he just wanted that try no matter what, Jacko, and he
we
put his head down and charged high. And Husky Tautai's missed him at about 5 metres, and then because of the momentum he still had 3 on him going over the line and still managed to get the ball down. So I think Ipswich have clocked off now, and if they've clocked off with 20 to go, this is going to be real ugly.
Well, those 2 penalties didn't help us. So if I was Sunshine Coast Falcons players, I'd be going home tonight buying a lotto ticket because the luck is on their side.
Well, mate, when you're playing well and you're winning,
you garnish
all the luck.
Yeah.
Everything comes your way, regardless. Like, you can't. If it's a 3-man tackle and the ball pops out after the man comes out, surely there's got to be a hand in there somewhere. But, who called it? The referee looking at it called drop ball, and the referee from behind then gave the penalty for the strip. So he must have seen it. But, in saying that, the Ipswich discipline's been terrible today. We've had 2 in the sin bin, and we've given away offside penalties. We've touched
Yeah.
3 kickoffs. You know, so it's not all.
I know,
If
it's
you
not
don't,
all
if
them.
you
Yeah, I
don't give
know.
the referee an excuse to penalise you, he's not going to give a penalty.
Mate, you're sticking up for the refs. It's all
No,
right.
I'm not sticking up
No,
for the refs.
I know.
What I am trying
We
to
are
do
making-
is make the point that Ipswich, without me coming out and bagging the boys, I'm just saying they're not playing well because
No, they're
they're
not.
given ample opportunity to the Sunshine Coast to pull their pants down,
capitalise,
and that's
and-
exactly what's happening
and
because
they've
they've
done
done really nothing special.
No,
They've
not
scored
really.
the last couple of weeks and they've been on TV. They've scored some wonderful tries, whereas today they haven't really had to work hard at all to score a try.
No, just
They've
run
just
straight
rolled
and
through Ipswich
roll
and-
through, yeah.
At will, you know, and that's the disappointing factor for the Ipswich supporters. Like, you know, Sunshine Coast are playing well, but that's
This is better.
There's another one.
Oh,
There was another one.
Now-
I was going to say, I'm sure that was in front of the line.
okay. I was happy because it looked like the ball had gone over.
When it's at pace, it's one or the other. Neither team. It all depends which way the penalty goes as to who's going to be the happiest about it. And
Yeah.
like I said, it's not our night tonight.
No, it's not.
And Sunshine Coast just keep riding all the luck and keep doing what they're doing, and good things come to people who play well, and that's what's happening at the moment. So
Well,
Sunshine Coast,
they are the top team at the moment in the competition, and
Exactly,
tonight's
mate.
proving why.
Yep, exactly. The Shonig again looking for try number 2. They get hungry, the front rowers, after they score 1, Jacko. They want to score 3. Burns at dummy half, gives it to Murphy. So they're full of running now, the Sunshine Coast, as Mosen Driki gets brought down 15 metres from the Ipswich line. 19, Daniel Dole with a good hit up, gets pulled up 3 metres short of the Ipswich line. Then a dummy half, Cooper Johns with the ball. Johns gets tackled there. Good tackle. Blake Lenahan's got onto the field now for Nat Neal. So Nat getting a rest. And they go straight through again, the Sunshine Coast. Good cutout ball from the dummy half there, Sam Burns. And it looks like he's hit. Was that Murphy or Johns? It might have been Johns, I think, hit the ball at speed and scored just next to the post. So now it's getting ugly. Jacko, Sunny Coast 54.
Jets 4 with a kick to come.
Still 15 minutes to go.
You are watching the home game on the USQ's Phoenix Media Hub, but of course via their YouTube app. And of course, if you are listening live on Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app, the home game comes to you with thanks to Phoenix Media Hub. Of course, it is powered by the University of Southern Queensland, who do such a great job. Just got the thumbs up, so here we go. Can't miss it from here, mate.
No, you throw that over.
Yeah.
You change foot.
With 15 to go, we need the Jets just to try and slow it down a bit more. And
So Sunshine Coast 56, Ipswich 4 with just under 15 minutes to go. So now, well, Ipswich Jets supporters, I don't know what to say. Sunshine Coast supporters, whoop it up. The side is playing really, really well. And Ipswich have got no answer for it today. So here they go again. Short kickoff. Stay on side. Don't get it till it goes 10. And now it's 10. And they got it back. They finally got one. Did they, Ipswich, get another one? And they did.
yeah, we got it.
That's great work out there. Is that Richie Pandia? It was. Oh, Blake Lenahan gets absolutely whacked. I think that was by Shonig. That was a great. That was at Dane Hogan. Dane Hogan charged out of the line and absolutely whacked Blake Lenahan. That was great work. Richie Pandia getting across the field, looking for runners. Julian Christian goes back. Good low tackle there from the 11, Lewis Garrity. So play the ball, Jets. Mitch Carpenter, the Optus pin-up boy. Seen that ad? Chicken salt or real salt?
No.
It's Mitchy Carpenter.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure it
Mitchy
is.
Carpenter, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it is. Richie Pandia out of dummy half now. He gets monstered. 2 and 3 Sunshine Coast players in there. Tackle 5, Ipswich. Julian Christian puts it on the toe. Rory Humphries chasing. Oh,
knock on.
Benny White's knocked it on. And so that'll be a changeover to Sunshine Coast. Rory Humphries not careful. He'll get 10 in the bin as well.
Yeah, you can't go kicking
Kicking
the ball away.
He threw one away and then kicked another one away. So, as you can see, the frustration and the discipline's just about gone out the window here, Jacko. So, Mosen Dricky to play the ball. Sunshine Coast. Nico Hines with a hit up. He gets met by Blake Lanahan, who gets him to ground. Good tackle. Olam giving his forwards a bit of a break. It takes 3 to bring him down. Good tackle underneath Evan. Timo. Out of dummy half, Burns. He's tackled low again by Blake Lanahan. Oh, inside pass. Nico Hines has spilled it again.
He spelt it.
That's got to be 3, 4 or 5 he spilled in traffic.
Yeah.
Usually he doesn't drop anything. But today in traffic, he's dropped 3 or 4. He hasn't dropped a high ball, but he's been whacked every time he's caught a high ball.
Yeah.
And it seems to have affected his attack a little bit. The one he caught, when he put the ball onto Ruben's chest.
Yep.
Well, he had no traffic coming at him, and he caught that easy. But
Yeah.
it seems to be when there's a little bit of pressure on him tonight, he hasn't been up to the mark. But, that can always... Connors kicks the ball.
Early kick.
Chase here for Christian. He manages to get it back, but he gets Mons, and he's dropped pass the ball back. Set Connors with the ball. The good work, Sunny Coast with a scramble. That was good work there from John Rubin or Justin Olam. So
wrapped up
penalty
too quick.
Ipswich. Offside,
offside.
Sunshine Coast.
They were up so quick.
So Ipswich with the tap. Richie Pandy has got the ball. He takes them on, straight and hard.
Canberra be Willingham forward.
Mosley dummy half. Christian, long ball. Rory Humphries. McGavin can't quite make the tackle and hold on. Still Rory Humphries. Offload. Julian Christian. Christian across the field looking for runners. Hits Blake Lanahan. Gets tackled under the posts. 8 metres out. Mosley. Christian. Connors. Connors in the middle of the field. Still Connors. Still going Connors. Look for a miracle offload. Couldn't quite get it.
Couldn't get it.
Although it's knock on Sunshine Coast. So Ipswich get the ball back. That's a bit more enterprising, Jacko.
So Blake Lanahan, any relation to Jim Lanahan?
No, Blake's not. Blake's an Ipswich lad who's come. He's one of those boys who's come right through our Malmaninga, through our Colts, through our Diggers. Played in under 15, made a Queensland Whiteside from Ipswich as well. So he's been around for a while. But
it's just good to hear that Lanahan name again.
Yeah. No relation. I don't think they're any relation anyway. But if they are, to be a little way apart. But really good kid, Blake. He's first year out of Colts, so he's done well. As Rory Humphries gets a ball, puts it on the toe, first tackle. Cooper Johns picks it up. Humphries trying to drag him out. Oh, as they call it out, and he puts the flag up.
Penalty.
And it's a penalty.
Nearly,
It's a frustrating penalty there. They just had to, once he called held, just let him go. But, that's one of those things that when you're not playing well, you don't get the rub of the green, Jacko. But
is that a famous ball boy down there?
it could be. That's him.
Your famous ball boy?
That's him,
Yep.
yeah. So good when I do the commentary, you can't snip me for $5 for catching one, so it works out all right.
Oh, good.
As the Sunny Coaster away again. That's Ruben out on that. Olam, on that side. Still going Olam. Good tackle, Ipswich. Down low. Peter Gubb. Off the mark. Off the mark by 30 centimetres. Make him go back, and he hasn't gone back to where he's supposed to play it anyway. Nice work. Away again, Sunshine Coast. Cooper Johns. Daniel Dole gets tackled 40 out from the Ipswich line. Burns. Johns with the ball. Garrity. Still going Garrity. Great leg drive from Garrity. He gets tackled 22 metres from the Ipswich line. Johns the dummy half. Burns, first receiver. Still Burns. Murphy. Murphy comes back behind the ruck looking for runners. Oh, picks up Mosen Dricky. Great pass. He manages to get tackled. Husky Tautai's in there to help. Could be Benny White. Last tackle, Sunshine Coast. Murphy with the ball. Still Murphy. Puts it on the toe. Still going Murphy. He's put it on the toe twice. And he scored. Well, there was nothing on there from Todd Murphy, and he's managed to kick it. And Benny Watch hit the deck and didn't manage to get the ball back, and then Julian Christian's missed it on the try line, and Murphy's gone through and scored next to the post. A great, good individual try, but one that probably
well, it shouldn't have
been scored.
No, it shouldn't have, but they just seem to get it over so easy, and like that little kick through, and then he just followed it through. And
there's a real lack of urgency in the Jets game today, Jacko. They, usually they'll scramble and run and fight and scratch and do everything to get the ball, but today it just hasn't been there. It's just, I know we're missing Joshy Cleland, but he's not a 60-point player.
Yeah,
and it's a disappointing effort. You put it down to maybe is it one of those games, but this is back to how we started this season. I think we started the season, the first 2 games, we were 80, 88, 10 or something in the first 2 games. It was a 40-0 and a 40 or a 40-4, and a Townsville was something like 34-4, and then ended up, I think we went down to Burleigh, and Burleigh put about that much on us as well. So
flags up. So on the Jets Leagues Club scoreboard, Jets sitting on 4, Falcons sitting on 62.
Very ugly for the Ipswich Jets supporters.
Under 7 minutes to go.
Sunshine Coast supporters are getting used to it now after they put 72
this is
on
game
South
number 12. Yeah. This is game number 12.
Yeah, so they're
12
rolling
in a
along
row.
nicely,
So
the Sunshine Coast. They're playing, doing everything their coach is asking of them and not making mistakes. And, when they have made a couple of, I said about Nico Hines before, but when they've made the mistake, they've covered it up so well and managed to get the ball back straight away or defended that set.
You said it before, everything's working right for them.
Yeah. Or when they have made a mistake, they've really, as this kickoff was, Sunshine Coast managed to get it, and it looks like Jets feed. So Sunshine Coast got the ball from the kickoff, and Jets have managed to push him out. Well, I'm just about... I'm nearly out of thoughts as to what's gone wrong with the Jets today, Jacko. They zip and that the bounce isn't in their game today, so...
No, they've just been...
They've been thoroughly outplayed, that's for sure.
Oh, thoroughly.
Look at the Sunshine Coast. They've still got the pace in that defensive line, and they're still ready to play, up 60 with 5 minutes to go, and they're still ready to play the game as if it's 20-all with, everything happening as Rogan Dean takes one out of dummy half. John's down low with Garrity over the top to help of Sam Burns.
Well, I think the Jets have just got to have, just not worry about the scoreline, just go and try and save a bit of grace.
There's Timo Paskey's sneaky offload, and he managed to hit Sam Burns right in the chest with it. So, and it looks like Ipswich have got it back. So play on. Julian Christian with the ball. Back to Timo. Timo taking it through the hole, gets his nose through Timo, and an offload. So play on Ipswich. Julian Christian with the ball. He's looking for runners somewhere. And he gets tackled 25 from the Sunshine Coast line. So Ipswich, what can they throw up here? Blake Lenihan met again by Dane Hogan, who didn't manage to get him this time, but Mosley, Carpenter back on the inside. Still going Carpenter. Tackled well there by the 19 and Daniel Dole.
Chicken salt.
That's him. Mosley. Christian with the kick again. Rory Humphreys.
Yes.
Gets the try.
Now he's looking.
And
finally. That's what we want.
Ipswich's go-to play today, though, Jacko. That when they haven't anything on, they've kicked it. So that's a fair mark to the Sunshine Coast defence that we couldn't bust them tonight. But that was good work. Once again, Rory Humphreys has chased it through as well. Ipswich could have turned it up, but they've scored a try with just under 4 minutes to go. So,
but they just didn't look like they were going to do anything. but it's just come from that kick and around the back, and
We haven't really had anything. We haven't really thrown anything at them at all today. Like,
no.
our attack's been wanting. You know, does that come down? Surely, just it doesn't come down to just to Josh Cleland not playing. I know Jaden hasn't played in the six this year at all, but
Well, as you
know,
say,
it's not
you
his fault
can't
either, but
you can't blame the loss of one player on it. You know, it's a team game.
But they all, you know, they train together and they all know the job that has to be done. But I think they've just been thoroughly outplayed by a team who obviously are premiership favourites.
Or,
You know, I know we're a little way out, but
the way they're
keep,
going.
they keep playing like this. That they defend so strongly. You know, like it's taken a kick, two kicks virtually. Like Julian played a bit off the cuff, and it was Rogan put the kick through and got the bounce to score the try, and that way. You know, nothing was on until Jules put the kick through, and an early kick too. I think it was tackle 3 and got the try. So
he has missed the kick, so scoreline remains 8 for the Savage Pest Control Jets and 62 for the Sunshine Coast Falcons as they come up for the kick-off with just over 2 minutes left.
a couple of shout-outs too. Jacko was
Darren Siege.
Daniel
Siege.
Siege's brother. If
Over
he's still
in,
tuned in,
Yeah.
he might have tuned out by now. But hello to him, and of course hello to Nat's mum and dad. If you're still watching as well, hello. It hasn't been good viewing tonight, but those things happen. So we'll keep the faith, and we'll get around next time as Rogan Dean takes a hit up. He's tackled 30 metres out from the Ipswich line. Mosley to dummy half. He shifts it off to Timo Paskey. Only knows one way. There's his offload again. Benny White Rory Humphries couldn't quite get there for the next offload, but there's that sneaky offload I was telling you about, Jacko.
Yeah,
It's
no,
Mosley.
he did well, that
Chicken
Timo.
Salt Carpenter.
So where does Timo come from?
Timo comes from, now I better get this right. Timo is from Samoa.
Samoa?
Yep.
So he's come in.
Yeah, he's actually the son of Stewie and Tracy Neuendorf.
Yep.
And Timo's been floating around for probably the last 2 years. His big brother Mahi played back in 13 in the
I was thinking of the
Premiership side.
yeah.
So that's where you knew the name. So
Yeah.
and Timo
Pasico.
trained
Yeah.
all last year with the Jets and
Okay.
played at Norse and couldn't quite get his little break. But this year he's got his break and he's
he's done well.
Yeah, he can really play, Timo. He's
Like when you look at the players.
yeah.
Um,
Sunshine Coast kicker from the scrum with 30 to go as Peter Gubb gets the ball now 10 metres from his own line. So can Ipswich put another one on or can they at least hold out so the Sunshine Coast don't score one? But as Christian gets the ball away, Carpenter. So under 20 seconds to go now. Connor's the dummy half. Peter Gubb with the ball. Gubby only knows one way, and he gets tackled well over there by Justin Olam. Ipswich look to swing the ball now, Mosley. Tautai, long ball, Ben White, Julian Christian through the hole, still going Christian, looking for support. Rogan Dean just couldn't quite get the ball as McGavin gets the ball and is tackled. And that's finally put the lights out.
and that is
a very, very, very disappointing day for the Ipswich Jets.
And that is full time on the Jets Links Club scoreboard. The score is 62 for Falcons and 8 for the Ipswich Jets. Well, I suppose 20 minutes ago it was 4, so at least they've doubled their scoreline there. But just been well and truly outplayed tonight.
Oh, well, I don't know, Jacko. They have been. Sunshine Coast have absolutely.
You're a coach.
Yeah.
So it must, it must be a hard thing to see that, and I would hate to think what Ben and Shane are thinking because they were just, their players were outplayed tonight in defence and in attack.
Yeah, you give full credit to Sunshine Coast. They played well. I think they'll be looking at lots of things they can do. They can do better.
Yeah.
And they played extremely well. Whereas Ipswich will probably look at that game tonight and in the video and go, well, that's one of those nights where nothing went right for us. We couldn't get the rub of the green. We got 2 bounces of the ball and we scored from them both times.
Yeah.
And Sunny Coast got, had all the luck,
Yep.
had everything go their way.
Everything was in their favour.
And the scoreboard reflected it. So, one way you can look at it is say, all right, well, that's one of those games that we just pencil it off, write it off, don't even watch the video and say, well, that's just happened.
Yeah.
Or you look at it and go, well, we were lacking desire, we lacked this, we lacked that, and you ring a few changes and give a few blokes a bit of a shake-up. But I think they'll probably chose the latter and say, well, that's just one of those games, and you're beaten, you get beat by a side who's on top of the ladder, and now we know exactly why they're on top of the ladder and they're unbeaten.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, thanks for joining us live from the North Ipswich Reserve. The Savage Pest Control Jets, it wasn't their night, and of course they will still stay on 10 points, and we'll just have to wait till the weekend's over to see where we finish on the ladder. But of course, I suppose for Sunshine Coast fans, another win takes them to 11 wins in a row. So good work to them. So this has been another edition of the home game. Thanks to Bisho for a great call, and thanks to everyone who's watched us on the Phoenix Media YouTube page or listened to us through Phoenix Radio on their TuneIn app. And of course, for our next game, make sure you check out the QRL website, or don't forget to go to Facebook and look for Jets Rugby League team. They'll have all the game information when we're back next time. So from Bisho and myself and the team here at the North Ipswich Reserve, thank you once again, and we'll see you back in a couple of weeks.